Everybody has it. Yeah, we upgraded. And good afternoon, and welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Finally, we are back. It's a non-league matchup, and we have a top non-league matchup for you guys. It's going to be Eagle Academy Brooklyn out of New York, of course, Friendship against Friendship Collegiate Academy out of DC. It's a NYC versus DC matchup here at, I guess we can still call it the new Eagles Nest. So happy to be here, guys. Welcome back. This is Andre Johnson on the call. I am not alone, of course. I'm here with my guy, Mr. Greg Polius. What's going on, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, we're it's the first day, so it's almost like it's preseason, non-league for Eagle Academy. It's also our first game too, so we're getting warmed up here. If you guys heard some feedback, that's just me listening back to the feed. It sounds like you guys can hear me loud and clear. If this is your first time on the Sage Media Solutions broadcast, we like to be interactive. Make sure you like, and of course, if you subscribe, you can also get into the chat with us. I see D Jones in the chat saying what up. Sliders for the win from Smack C Jones. Really excited. So first of all, Greg, welcome back, man. Yeah, man. It's awesome to hear that. I'm just gonna take a slight pause real quick, so I'll be right back. Mr. Greg Polius, do another mic check for me.
Mic check, mic
All
check.
right, now I can hear Greg Polius. I
Here
had to
we
make
go.
sure. I was like, wait a minute, I don't hear my guy Greg. All right, so we're getting back to the intro. Like I said, it's the first day out for us, so we're getting used to. We have a brand new setup, going to be bigger and better for you guys at home. You guys shouldn't notice any difference. I already see D Jones in the chat. Of course, my guy Dre using his member emojis. Become a member, and you can see those emojis that you can use. So again, I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Polius. How you doing? How's it feel to be back, man? Now that we can hear you.
It feels great to be back. It feels like I never left, honestly.
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, I was really enjoying my summer. I've had a great summer between the New York Knicks becoming champions and, the World Cup. But now it's football, man. Football is back, man.
It's time for the pigskin, baby.
Yeah, so it just feels so great to be back. And, of course, Eagle Academy. We've seen the videos. We've seen the highlights. It's time to see how the team plays now. And they have a great opponent here in Friendship Academy. I'm going to talk about Friendship in just a minute. If you guys are watching from D.C., welcome to the Sage Media Solutions broadcast. So, first of all, we're going to talk about Eagle Academy. Everyone wants to see Eagle, see what they got. So, let's start with their offensive leaders. So we're going to get that on the screen in a second, the offensive leaders. So I can start talking about it already. The big question was who was going to be the starting quarterback. And Coach Reggie, the offensive coordinator, he did name Anthony Caratelli, number 4, as the starting quarterback. Anthony Caratelli formerly was at Curtis. He is a former city champion. He played a big role in getting Curtis into that undefeated season 2 years ago. But now he's suited up for Eagle Academy. He was named the starter. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see how he can perform. And our next starter, our next player to watch on the offense, of course, it is going to be the player who led the PSAL in points, total points, as only a sophomore, and Zaire Schulters. As we see Eagle Academy running out onto the field for the first time in 2026. Man, football is back. So excited. You see Eagle running out onto the field, super excited. And to get back to it, of course, Zaire Schulters, number 2. We named him first team All-City in our media rankings. Well-deserved. Led the PSAL in points. Honestly, he is one of the shiftiest players. I mean, listen, he's a Schulters, so he has it in his genes. He's one of the shiftiest players in all of New York State, honestly. So it's going to be really exciting to see what he has to do. And a player that I was watching through the 7-on-7 circuit, he was great last year. We named him to our second team, and he's back even better. That's number 1, Juvenz Lindor. He's been incredible all season long. He led Eagle Academy in receiving last year. He's the big target for them. He's definitely going to have some head taps. So excited to see Juju and how he develops. So Greg, I know you're kind of coming fresh into this. Eagle, they had that disappointing loss in the quarterfinals to Curtis. So talk about what you're excited to see in this Eagle team.
Well, I'm excited to see their speed. That's the one thing I think that this team is built on. They may not have outside of Juju, they may not have all of the size that you would see in a top 5 team in the city, because that's what I'm calling them, and I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stake my claim on that. But what they lack in size in other positions, they have in speed, and we're going to see that in the backfield from Schulters, Grayson, and transfer Don Pastrano, and we're also going to see that speed on defense as well. The other thing that I'm looking forward to see is Caratelli sling the rock, like Dre alluded to earlier, that championship caliber experience. So looking forward to see what that looks like in this Eagle offense. And on the flip side, on the defensive side, the two big guns, Sincere Hester and Chase Hyacinth, that we're going to see, down on the edges. They have speed, power, a combination of speed, power, and strength that I think is going to give quarterbacks a world of trouble. And then you can't forget the linebackers in the middle, KV and Beatty out there, along with the speed on the outside. Mr. Do-It-All himself, Josiah Brown, a.k.a. Carrot. So, Dre, we're just talking about – I spoke on the offensive side of the ball, and I was just speaking on, the defensive side and how they have the bookends in Hyacinth and Hester. And there we go. Look, right there, the 3 I just mentioned.
Yeah, Chase Hyacinth, he is committed to UDEL. Congratulations to Chase Hyacinth. Sincere Hester, committed to Temple. Huge congratulations to him. These are the players who are going to hold the kettle for Eagle Academy. They're coming off the edge. Sincere will be the one. He'll be on the edge. He'll be in the middle. He'll be with his standing up as a linebacker, have his hands in the dirt in the middle of that defensive line. So he's going to be the flexible one. Chase Hyacinth, he's coming off the edge. All pain coming off the edge there. And, of course, Josiah Brown. I could have had Josiah Brown and so many other players on that offensive graphic as well, because he's going to be the do-it-all man for Eagle Academy. When it comes to making tackles, but it's going to be so important for him to play that strong safety, come down and make tackles. But he's also going to play a huge role on offense. Now, of course, there's been a lot of transfers into Eagle Academy, so hopefully we can get that graphic up of the newcomers into Eagle Academy. So, of course, we already spoke about Anthony Caratelli, the starting quarterback. You have Don Prestiano. So I see some people in the chat asking how much playing time he's going to get. I see Munchalax asking that question. From what I've heard, he's going to be the bruiser. He's going to get plenty of time in the backfield alongside Zaire Schulters. And the big additions are in that secondary. D'Anthony Hanniford, he's coming over from South Shore. We voted him as first-team media all-city player. He led the league in interceptions or was tied for the lead in interceptions last year, so he's going to be huge in that secondary. Jaden Mosley, another transfer, he's going to be the other corner. Number 7, going to be very, very important, and it's going to really solidify that secondary. And, of course, they call him the glitch, Chuck Simmons, coming over from Curtis as well. He's going to get a lot of playing time as at the linebacker. He's going to have his hand in the dirt as well. So it's great. Let's get the game back onto the screen, guys.
And I just want to talk about Friendship real quick, Dre. We spoke on some of Eagles' big players, but Friendship has some big players as well. Chris Alston, their stud receiver DB, holds about 20 Power 4 offers right now. And, I mean, if that's not an elite skill player right there, I don't know what is. Along with Deion Smith, who has UConn and Akron. So they got some players on both sides of the ball, and their quarterback, Darren Richardson, number 12, is a dual threat, and one of his best qualities that we're going to see besides his feet, his ability to throw receivers open. So I'm looking forward to – and both these teams run a 3-4 defense, and they seem to match up very well together. So I'm interested to see the chess match between coaches, as this game plays on.
Yeah, so it's Coach Mike Hunter. He's been the head coach for Friendship Academy since 2014. He's up against Coach Kyron Jones. It's the team all of New York City has been excited to see. No more memes, no more TikToks, no more highlights. It's finally time for football. Friendship is going to be kicking off to Eagle Academy. Back deep for Eagle Academy, that's Zaire Schulters. And here we go. It's finally football again. Zaire fumbles it, picks it back up. He's going to make a cut, and there he goes. And you see how shifty he is, taking it down to the 35-yard line. We're back, Greg. We are back.
Once he puts his foot in the dirt to make that little stutter move, it's dangerous for whoever's trying to make the tackle.
Listen, you see how excited he is. We don't joke, we don't play when we say he is one of the shiftiest players in all of New York State. And it's going to be a big challenge for him up against, look at the size of that defensive line, that front three for Friendship, Greg.
I mean, that leads me into my next point. This is going to be a great test for the Eagle offensive line, who, for what they lack in size and height, they make up for in width.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Sanchez. He was saying that they average about 285 pounds on the offensive line. 1st and 10, Anthony Caratelli. What a way to make your debut, starting off an empty. Motions over Zaire Schulters. He's going to do a screen pass to Mr. Carrot, and he is tackled immediately by number 5, Aiden Hunter.
That was a great read by Aiden Hunter, and he read that play from the snap. That's what you call watching film.
Yeah, I mean, listen, these guys, they went to the semifinals in the DCSAA. That's essentially their state championship. They were right there, one step away from a championship appearance. So Eagles started off with a very, very good opponent here in Friendship Academy.
I also like to see Caratelli get rid of that ball a little faster, allow his receivers some time to work. Hands
it off to Zaire, makes one man miss. And listen, the thing about it here, against this level of competition, you make one man miss, and there's going to be 3 more right on you.
Yeah, now Eagle is in. I mean, I guess you call it a 3rd and long situation, the first 3rd and long.
Absolutely. So it's about a 3rd and 7 for Eagle Academy. They're going in no huddle here.
I'd watch out for my personal X factor, C.J. McCracken, on offense in the slot right now.
And they do throw the flag. They did get him to jump, so it'll make it about a 3rd and 3.
Is that the Aaron Rodgers special?
Listen, that is what he is known for the best, right? So let's see. So it's going to be about a 3rd and 5. The first down is right on Eagles' own 45-yard line. Yeah, so it's called a 3rd and 2, actually.
And bring the bruising fullback in right here with Schulters as the tailback.
They're going to hand it right off to Zaire. Can he show his strength? No, he is going to be short by about a yard.
That speaks to the size of that defensive line you were just talking about.
So let's see what Coach Jones decides to do here. And it looks like he's going to go for it. Caratelli is not coming off the field.
Can I be honest with you? I don't like it. I get it. It's early. Not at this point, not at this position in the field.
Hey, they say, listen, if we can't get 1 yard, we don't deserve it. So it's 4th and 1. You could almost call it a 4th and inches. Dom Prestiano in the backfield. So they have their heavy set, tight end to the left. Looks a little unbalanced here, actually. And they're going to hand it off right to Dom, and he uses his frame to get enough for an Eagle Academy first down.
You know what they said? We heard you, Greg. We don't care.
That's Dom Prestiano.
A.K.A. the Winter Soldier.
So he says, listen, Brooklyn, I am here to contribute. First carry, get a crucial conversion on a first down. On a 4th down, excuse me. 1st and 10, new set of downs for Eagle Academy. Dom still in the backfield. They run a toss to him. Again, you see that pursuit from the Friendship defense.
You know what was impressive about that? Friendship brought pressure from the right side of the the left side of the defense, and they ran away from it, and Dom still wasn't even able to get maybe a yard. That just goes to show you the speed on the outside of this Friendship defense. Caratelli getting the play from the sideline. Dom and Isaiah Morris-Strong still in the backfield. Morris-Strong splits wide. Leaving Prestano on the backfield by himself. Potential audible here. Caratelli looking like he's going to take the snap from under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, and great job right there. That's number 0, Deion Smith, the senior. Getting the penetration in the backfield.
Yeah, Deion Smith, he's also going to be playing running back for Friendship Academy, and he's one of the go-to guys. He has some Power 4 offers. And you can see him, man. I'm pretty sure he's about 6 foot, 195.
Built like Maurice Jones-Drew. I wonder if our viewers out here.
He's taller than Maurice Jones-Drew.
I'm just talking about like his body type.
I hear it. So it's a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Juju on top of the screen.
Hey, that's one-on-one coverage on Juju. This is a play where they're going to motion him. You got to look his way.
And Caratelli does, and he looks, and it looks like a missed. Oh, no, excuse me. That's C.J. McCracken. That's a great flag route. C.J. McCracken. First down, Eagle Academy.
Am I going to give you my first I told you so of the year?
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is C.J. McCracken is my X factor, one of the best route runners on this Eagle offense, and he's going to be your 3rd down possession guy.
Yeah, and that's a completion of about 25 yards into Friendship Academy territory. They ran almost like a scissor concept, a post route and a flag route there. Great accuracy from Caratelli, and we're going to talk about his accuracy a little more later. New set of downs, Caratelli with Zaza in the backfield. And he's going to go down, and there goes that man again, Deion Smith.
And this is the chess match I was talking about on offense and defense. Eagle hit with a big play, and then they come back, and Deion is in the backfield in the blink of an eye.
And shout out to Tavon Nelson in the chat, former Canarsie great. Pretty confident he went on to Maryland. Mr. Nelson, let me know what school you're at now, but huge shout out to you. Nice to see you in the chat supporting. So it's going to be a 2nd and long. First down is on the Friendship 20-yard line after the Smith sack. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Caratelli sends CJ in motion. Fake it to him. It's a draw play to Zaza. And look at the strength from Zaza. He's probably losing about 7 inches to these defenders, but he's still pushing them back, Greg.
That is probably going to be one of his most impressive runs of the year. I'm calling it now. When you take into account the level of competition he's playing, the size, and his size, and being able to pull the pile like that for, 3-4 yards, that was very impressive.
A gain of 10 to make it into a much more manageable 3rd down. So trips on the bottom of your screen.
Oh, and that's going to be offsides. Those unforced errors, When you have a high-powered offense like Eagle, you cannot give them yards that they didn't earn.
And the thing that's great about, you're seeing early stages of the Coach Reggie offense, you see the pace. They're quick. Defense is on their toes. Boom, you get them for their second false start, encroachment, of this drive. So it's a 3rd and 5 now. First down is the Friendship 20-yard line. You would have to imagine after seeing Eagle go for it previously, they would go for it again. They're going to hand it off to Zaza, and there he goes with a lane. One man to beat. Can't do it, but he has more than enough for the first down. Zaire Schulters.
He's showing why he's one of the best running backs in the entire city right here. Hell, in the entire state. Staking my claim on it.
And he, if I'm not mistaken, someone in the chat can remind me, he was 5th or 4th team All-State last year. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line. So they're going to have to earn this touchdown here.
Look at all the space they're giving Juju.
And they're going to throw it to the top of the screen, but there is a flag.
I like the setup of that play. You have Juju blocking, and you're going to get the screen to McCracken. Speed and space is always a win on offense. Let's see.
So it's going to be, it looks like an illegal formation from Eagle Academy. How impressed have you been with Zaire Schulters so far?
Can I be honest? It's impressive, but it's expected.
Hey, but this is, I guess, a different level of competition here.
But Zaire always strikes me as one of those players that gets up for the level of competition. Or, for lack of a better term, he has that dog in him.
I hear that. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 15-yard line. Caratelli in shotgun with Don Preciano in the backfield. Juju on the top of your screen. They're going to hand it off to Dom up the left sideline. That's a really, really great tackle from Jamal Price there.
Dom getting big-time carries in the red zone here on this first drive. This is a very good drive that Eagle has here in the first quarter, eating up a lot of clock.
That's a very, very good point. It's been first quarter. Of course, none of the clocks are official. Our clock isn't official. The clock on the scoreboard isn't official. But it says 2 minutes right now. So, again, not official. So it's going to be a 2nd and goal. Our scoreboard will catch up. Like I said, it's preseason for us as well. So, we're getting into shape. So 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. It's in a power eye set here. They're going to hand it off to Zaire Schulters. They're going to go off the left. Does he have enough? Waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Eagle Academy. Zaza finishes the drive.
Well-deserved, well-earned right there. Zaire Schulters with what we have spoken about earlier, for his first of many touchdowns, calling it 10-plus. I'm putting a lot of predictions here early on in the year.
And I just want to give a huge shout-out to the Eagle offensive line in that drive as well. This is a big-time competition for them as well, and they were able to run the ball very, very well on that drive. Of course, you have to give a huge shout-out to Anthony Caratelli linking up with C.J. McCracken on that long conversion. Martin for the kick, and it is good. So our score is going to be 7-0 Eagle Academy.
And I got to say, as you talk about the offensive line, the left side of that line dominated that entire drive.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure Luis Teneo is on the left side of that offensive line. I don't want to give Miss credit out. So you have Luis Teneo on that left side of the offensive line. And you also have Zion Anderson, number 72, on the left side of that offensive line. I have to give a shout-out to Beatty Joof on that block. He did just enough just to deter Mr. Price enough for Zaza to get to the edge and to get to that touchdown. What an opening drive for Eagle Academy, man. If I'm Coach Jones, I saw everything I wanted to see on that opening drive. A great throw from Caratelli, a great drive from Mr. Prestiano converting that 4th down, and Zaza finishing off. You shake your head. Why is that?
Because yes, everything you said is great. I'm not saying you don't want to see that, but I also want to see you get your number one involved. I want to see you get your X receiver involved. I want to see Juju go out there and win and high point the football. I want to see that.
So we just we just got confirmation. It's 2:09 left on the clock. And then Friendship Academy is going to take over from the 40-yard line.
The Eagle defense looks fired up.
You know, it's their first time. They're finally getting their shot at it. And, of course, you know, we spoke about their highlight players already. But I just want to give a huge shout out to Beatty Joof, of course, Kavion Robinson, and the two middle linebackers. It's going to be so important for them to play well in this season. And, you know, KV, you know, we saw him at Canarsie as a freshman starting. Saw him last year starting as a sophomore. He's a junior now, so I'm expecting a lot from number 0, Kavion Robinson. So here goes Friendship Academy now. They're going to hand it off to their do-it-all man, and you can see the strength. I mean, he barrels forward for 10 yards. Dayon Smith.
Looks like Maurice Jones-Drew, but runs like Jerome Bettis.
Like I said, 6 foot, 195.
Man, they make these high school players like freshman college players now.
Listen, things are changing, man. As they're going to do a quick, that's going to be a clear. That should have been a clear pass interference. But the ref swallowed the whistle there. That was a clear pass interference. He tackled the guy before he got to the ball.
Before 5 yards.
The ball's in the air, and it's a forward pass.
Well, no, I think it was a backwards pass. I think it was behind the line of scrimmage. We might have to go back and look at that.
No, 100% it was not behind the line of scrimmage. I just looked back on it on YouTube. But, hey, listen, the production, we're in preseason. Eagle Friendship in preseason. Referees in preseason. Shout out to the referees. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for Mr. Richardson with Price in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. No, there's going to be a fake, and that's a beautiful catch from number 2, Mr. Alston.
And that's who we mentioned in the preseason. That is their go-to guy. I mean, when you have 20, powerful offers, your offense is going to get you the ball some way, somehow.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Alston is 6'2", 195. I can find my notes, but I'm pretty sure, yes, he is 6'2", 195. So they have some real extreme athletes here. And there is a player down. Usually here at Sage Media, there we go. Here at Sage Media, we like to take the cameras off of the young men when they have an injury. God forbid, there's something really wrong. We don't want them posted all over the internet, so we like to take the cameras off of them.
You know what was impressive about that play? Not the catch in traffic, but the velocity on the throw. As a pitcher, I could always appreciate that.
Yeah, listen, Mr. Richardson, he's been with this program since he was a freshman. I'm pretty confident he's been starting for 3 years. And, he's a senior now. I know he was splitting time with another quarterback last year. But, yeah, Friendship Academy, they look very, very efficient on their first drive, Greg.
It's always easy to look efficient when your running back carries 4 guys for 10 yards.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you guys are active in the chat. Just under 500 people. Love that for opening day, man. See my guy, hold on. Mr. Jared Veluzzi in the chat. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jared? I don't know what game you're at, but shout out to you in the chat. And just so you guys know, on Monday, Jared Veluzzi, we're all going to be on the New York Football Talk podcast to break down all of the action from this weekend.
Hey, we got 450-plus watching, only 20 likes. Let's get those likes up, people.
So here we go. So it's 1st and 10 after the first down conversion to Mr. Alston. And the shotgun still. Ball's on the ground. Not sure who has it. And it looks like it's Eagle Academy. And honestly, the snap looked good. I think Richardson, it just slipped out of his hand.
Nah, I don't think the cadence was off on the snap count because it looked like he was surprised or it went to the wrong side. Got to go back and look at that. But this goes back to what we spoke about in pregame about the speed on both sides of the ball for this Eagle team because that ball was on the ground and you saw 2 or 3 blue jerseys ready to go to scrap for that ball.
Yeah, man, and you had Nate Ellis. He's going to be huge for Eagle Academy. He was the only one to be able to react first, and he gets the payoff from there. Guys, just a reminder, just keep it positive in the chat. I am reading the chat. If there's an inside joke, I don't know it's an inside joke, so I'm just going to take that off of the screen. Just a 10-second timeout. Again, I don't know if that's an inside joke or not. All right, here we go. Dom in the backfield. They're going to hand it off right to him. And you see what Dom Preciano is about, north and south.
Yeah, he's going to earn every yard he gets. Is that the quarter?
So that looks like that is the end of the first quarter. Our score is 7-0 Eagle Academy.
And, I mean, I don't think you could ask outside of my points on Juju not getting, my points on Juju not getting a target. But other than that, you can't ask for any more from this Eagle team on both sides of the ball. They dominated time of possession in the first quarter. They dominated the ball on the ground. When they needed a big play, Caratelli made a great pass, and McCracken made an even better catch, on a beautiful flag or corner route. Can't remember what it was off the top of my head. And then they got in the end zone, and they used the combination of Dom and Zaire to essentially run the ball down Friendship's throat. Sis says we need to see some passes. As a person who loves offense, I agree. However, if your running game is taking up that much time off the clock and keeping the opposing team's offense off the field, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the way I see that. Also got to shout out Eagle Academy being the first New York City football team with an exclusive Jordan Brand 360 deal. Jordan Brand outfitted, minus the helmets, from neck to toe. Welcome, Pete. And here we go. Eagle offense back on the field. Caratelli under center, and Prestano stays in the backfield. And that's going to be a flag. Delay a game.
Interesting. I don't see Coach Jones too angry at that, but a delay of game coming out of the end of a quarter is a choice.
I mean, there was no sense of urgency on either side of the ball, so I don't know what was happening.
All right, so let's see. So it's going to be about a second. It's called 12. The first down is the Friendship 44-yard line.
And now Caratelli's in the shotgun.
Sending Juju in motion. Looks in that direction, going to hand it off to Dom. Has quite the hole, but wow. Look at the tackle from Aiden Hunter.
You know what I want to see, Dre? I want to see some play action. Eagle has really established the run. I think they can catch the backside of this Friendship defense, looking in the backfield, catch their eyes in the backfield. And when you have the speed that Juju and McCracken have, then you have Brown and Grayson on the opposite side, I think some big things can happen.
So let's see. So it's a 3rd and long. They definitely have deep coverage, safety in the middle of the field, manning up everywhere else. Caratelli takes it. Looks right. He throws in that direction. That's the Juju. And let me tell you something. They will get that timing down. But I don't know. I got to rewatch it. That throw didn't look so bad to me.
It wasn't a bad throw. I think, like you said, it was a timing thing. The throw was on target. Juju was just a second late out of his break. But the good thing is it wasn't on the wrong side, because if that was on the wrong side, defenders going with 6 the other way.
And you have to love Caratelli's. He noticed that it was man all across with the safety in the middle of the field, so he knew that square out was going to be there. So, again, just a timing thing. I would say it's a good throw from Caratelli. They'll get that together. And that punt is blocked. So Friendship Academy are going to have great field positions.
This game is going to be a dogfight. I see that. No Vic, though.
And I love this comment here from Carl saying, win or lose, much respect to Eagle for even playing this team. Only a handful of PSAL teams would play a team like Friendship. I love that. He shows respect to Friendship, shows respect for Eagle Academy. Only one quarter of football. But we look like we have a good game on our hands in this afternoon.
And this is going to be the first real test for this Eagle defense with their backs against the wall, essentially here.
Trips to the bottom of the screen.
And that's Alston on the outside.
Richardson is going to look in that direction. Has Mr. Heisen, but he escapes. And you see the escapability for him as he's able to get the edge and the first down. Wow, what a play from Richardson Jr.
We did say in the beginning he is a dual threat, and he showed you exactly why right there.
So let's see. It looks like it's going to be on the, once they spot the ball.
Now, for a defensive end, one of the hardest things there is how do you not over-pursue a guy with that level of agility?
Hey, listen, quarterbacks are more athletic. Defensive ends are more athletic. The impressive thing, he had Chase Highsense breathing down his neck. But, he knew where the space in the pocket was. And then you also had Nate Ellis. You had to shake him. It's just sometimes you just get beat by a better play. High snap again. Good job making something out of nothing there from Kamari Reed.
Well, he got about 7 yards there on that, too. If the Eagle defenders actually, because obviously you're going after the player, not the ball itself, but somebody could have gotten there and just taken that high snap out the air.
Yeah, it's all about pursuit. Eagle has shown good pursuit, not on that play, though. So it's going to be a second, and let's call it 4. The first down looks like it is the 16-yard line. In the shotgun, Mr. Richardson with Reed in the backfield. Trips to the bottom of the screen. He's going to roll out into that direction. Throws it left, and it is bobbled and incomplete. Should have been a touchdown. And that looks like that was intended for number 7, Ricky Wilson.
I'm going to tell you what happened on that play. All eyes were watching Alston Jr. looking for the screen, and it allowed Ricky Wilson to slip in on the backside of that defense. Eagle has to make sure they don't allow that to happen. You can't get caught watching on defense.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4, let's call it. And, yeah, Greg, you called that exactly right. The typical screen and slip, you can call it. Instead of the second receiver coming out and blocking, he slips for that wheel. So it's a 3rd and 4. Richardson looks right, looks at that single coverage, pumps it, and it is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
I don't necessarily agree with that because that was not a catchable ball. That ball was out of bounds, and I don't think that should have been called. I hope they talk about it. I hope they pick the flag up because even if he caught the ball, both feet would have been out of bounds.
Let's see, waiting on the call here from White Hat. And it does look like.
I think hand fighting is cool. You can't impede the process of him catching the ball. But I think there was a little bit of hand fight, nothing egregious to the point where the flag should have been thrown.
So, yes, it will be a first down for Friendship Academy.
And there's my first time of many potentially disagreeing with the refs.
I think it's a 50-50. I thought it was honestly good coverage from Jaden Mosley on that one-on-one as well.
I think if it's a front shoulder throw, I'm okay with it. But since it was back shoulder and it wasn't catchable, that's where I think it kind of loses me in terms of the call.
So nonetheless, it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Kamari Reed in the backfield with Mr. Richardson.
And we got Alston out wide. Looks like single coverage as well.
So Alston's on the bottom of your screen. Richardson takes it, throws it left. Completed to number 4. Good job in pursuit from Josiah Brown on that tackle. Also, number 19 was in there as well, Mr. Brown.
Josiah Brown, Mr. Do-It-All. He's probably the most sure-handed tackler on the team in that secondary.
So it's going to be a 2nd and goal. They might have even lost a yard there. It looks like they are on the 14-yard line now. So 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line. Richardson takes it. He's going to hand it off. And that's a good job from Beatty Juve. Also, Sincere Hester in on the tackle there. Excuse my microphone if you guys were hearing my adjusting, guys. So it's going to be a third.
Dre out here making rookie mistakes.
It's a 3rd and goal here. Trips to the top of your screen.
Big down for both sides right here.
Richardson looks into that direction, and he is sacked. I mean, Nate Ells was in on that tackle. Number 0, Kavion Robinson was on that tackle. Sincere Hester was in on that tackle. But let's give it to number 14, Nate Ellis.
The defensive line was on the snap count. If you go back and you watch the replay, they almost jumped off sides, but they read that snap count and shot the gap, and Richardson Jr. had no shot on that play. Both teams' number 1 receiver being shut out so far. Well, no, I'm sorry. Alston Jr. has 1 catch.
And he throws it. And honestly, I was surprised. I was looking at the chat. I assumed that it was going to be some kind of punt. But they just throw it to the left, and Eagle is going to take over on downs.
And you know what's even more impressive about that particular defensive stand? It came after a pass interference call where they were given a fresh set of downs. So shout out to the Eagle defense for that stand.
A shout out to Pete takes on the Catholic League. It's just so hard for me to say New York Catholic High School Football League all the time. So Pete takes on the Catholic League, saying Eagles D-line is legit. Absolutely, man. You know, Eagle has a good showing of themselves so far. And they have about 5 minutes to see if they can get another score on the board.
Calvin Curtis, appreciate you. It feels good to be back.
Oh, Calvin, nice to see you, my guy.
This Friendship defense has been on the field a very long time, so don't be surprised if Eagle offense breaks a big one here, whether it be through the air or on the ground.
Sends Juju in motion. Hands it off to Zaza. Has a bit of a hole, but a great job pursuing from number 27, Mr. Burt. I think he either came from the linebacker or the safety position to make that tackle.
I mean, at this day and age and the way the game is moving, is there really a difference between the safety and the linebackers?
You know, it's kind of interesting. Like, basketball is going to positionless. Almost football is going, like, the same direction.
I mean, Derwin James in San Diego, L.A. Chargers, but he was kind of the first hybrid safety linebacker type, and you're going to start seeing that more as the levels trickle down.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 5. Still a pretty good game from Zaza there. And they're going to hand it off right to him again. Again, I wish there was a stat for broken tackles per play.
It's called yards after contact, bro.
That's yards. I said a cumulative numerative stat of broken tackles per play.
Okay, so they do the broken tackles.
Yes.
Take it back. But you want, like, even further broken down, so the analytics of it.
A broken tackle, a missed tackle, right? So if you juke somebody, there's no stat for juking somebody.
Okay.
Right?
I see what you're getting at.
My point is Zaza makes one person miss per play. And that's going to be enough for the first down. Asking who scored on Eagle, it was about a 10-yard scamper from Zaire Schulters in the first quarter. Caratelli trying to direct traffic, and it is going to be a flag for illegal motion, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and that was on number 16, Cam Douglas.
Yo, it's crazy.
Oh, Big Baby? I'm sorry. That was Kylan Anthony on a false start.
Pete saying get the count. And Pete, how about you come work for me, man? Why you tell me what to do, Pete? That's my friend, by the way. just so you know.
I would assume so. I mean, you guys are on a first name basis. I would assume
Pete is
so.
a friend of the program. He was on the podcast during the summer. Greg is like, damn, Dre.
I mean, you the one who run the show. I just happen to be here.
So let's just talk about that Eagle Academy defense, and I want to talk about number 14, Nate Ellis. He was very, very impressive. He has the fumble recovery. He has a sack on the day. I've seen him in on a couple of tackles.
I mean, people might call me a homer when I say this, but I'm okay with it. If you watched this Eagle team last season on Sage, one of the things you saw was the speed of Nate Ellis. So what I'm seeing now is not a surprise.
Speed is all over the place on this Eagle Academy defense. Sincere Hester, Chase Hyacinth, Josiah Brown, even Beatty Joof, coming downfield. The name of Eagle Academy's defense is definitely speed. And, I really love how Nate performs because, of course the highlight is on Josiah. It's on Chase. It's on Sincere. But Nate Ellis is going to play such a pivotal role on this Eagle Academy defense, and he's showing out in this first game. So here we go. First and 15, first down is about the 44-yard line. Caratelli looks right, throws right, and he has Juju, and he has nothing but green in front of him. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
Did I call it? Oh,
Greg, this is not about you.
I'm just saying.
First of all, this broadcast is not about you, Greg.
I'm not making it about me. But when this drive started, I talked about this Eagle offense and being able to run the ball so successfully that you're going to get a chance. And that was a play action where the DB got caught with his eyes in the backfield, and it led to a great pitch and catch from Caratelli to Juvens Lindor.
Now, maybe he got caught with his eyes in the backfield, but we cannot discredit the route running from Juju. He did a great stutter step, faked it outside, cut right inside. And one thing I want to talk about with Anthony Caratelli as the extra point is good. Anthony Caratelli's deep ball accuracy ever since he was a sophomore has been his strongest attribute, and we see it here. I mean, I have a feeling we're going to be saying this a lot. Caratelli to Mr. Lindor.
So we got to start a touchdown count on the season. So that's one for Zaire, one for Juju. As we come back each broadcast, we just got to keep the count going.
When you're ready, just say ready. Sorry, just say ready for the replay when y'all ready.
That play from start to finish was textbook of what you want to see in your offense. Great route running, great ball placement, and then Juju put on the afterburners once the ball was in his hands. And I see former Eagle quarterback last year, Aaron Smith, on the sideline. Shout out to Aaron Smith. And that's Dom getting ready to kick off. Back for Friendship, Jedediah Cook, and Ricky Wilson. End over end kick. Looks like Ricky Wilson is going to grab it. And he breaks to the outside. And it looks like he's at about the 28-yard line.
All right, so hopefully we get that replay going for you soon. Just talk to production. Shout out to production. They're doing a great job so far. A lot of new moving parts in the broadcast today. So I'm watching the screen. Hopefully that replay comes up. If it doesn't, we'll keep it pushing. So, all right, so we're just going to stay with the live game action here. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Some early adversity for Friendship Academy here on the road. They took a long trip, they don't want to leave empty-handed. Let's see what they have to answer as they hand it off. A good stiff arm, and you see the strength.
It's not even just the strength, Dre. It's the strength, the agility, the elusiveness, the acceleration. It's the total package.
Like I said, he has quite a few offers, and you see why.
I think this guy's going to be an elite linebacker at the next level.
I think he can play both, honestly. I do think he could play running back as well, but it definitely depends on the program he goes to.
I think his moneymaker will be at linebacker.
So let's see, 1st and 10.
With that level of sideline to sideline speed.
Oh, I hear that. 1st and 10. Getting close to the end, about 2 minutes left, and there is a flag on the play.
He threw that flag so aggressively, and it only went like 2 yards.
Let's see what the call is. Usually this is going to be on the offense. It's right before the play, or is it a sideline warning? Could have been a sideline warning because it was so early.
Dre, you know what I'm going to complain about, right?
Give me a second, Greg. I feel like I know what you're going to complain about. Yeah, I think it was just a sideline warning.
At some point, we got to sit with the refs, and we got to get some type of communication going, even if it's a little headset underneath the headset.
Throws it right, has a man, and it is broken up by number 8, Tyler Grayson. Defensive play of the day.
The timing on that play from Tyler Grayson, because if you're watching from the outside, it looks like he was open the entire time, and Tyler Grayson just allowed him to think that and broke on the play from his safety position for the PBU.
See, the thing about his Eagle Academy team, some of the players might listen back like, yo, you didn't mention me. You have playmakers all over the field. It's so hard to preview everyone. Tyler Grayson, his 2nd year in the program, and you see the impact he's going to make. 2nd and 10. For Friendship, trips on the bottom of your screen. He's going to hand it off. No, it's going to be a pass to number 4. Missed tackles, but that was a good job from Mr. Cook getting to the outside.
Mercutio Brunner-Brown right there on the initial tackle did a good job of impeding his progress, but you want to really get him down.
So that is the 4-minute warning. I'm just going to tell my staff so we can update the clock.
Eagle pitching a shutout right now in the first half with 4 minutes to go. We here at Sage genuinely appreciate all the love in the comments. May walk past you guys on the sidelines and not even know who you are, but we appreciate all the love. Richardson Jr. in the shotgun with Smith in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops back, and he's heavily pressured. And Chase Hyson in there for the sack. That is the Udell commit showing off the afterburners, getting into the Friendship Academy backfield. And Friendship brings on the punt team. Darren Richardson didn't have a chance right there. And I'm wondering if when we come back in the second half, if Coach Mike Hunter is going to have to try to switch to some more quick hitters instead of these longer developing plays. Because it's clear the speed of this Eagle front 7 is not going to allow him to, get these 20-yard plays down the field. And for as well as Deion Smith has run the ball, outside of those 2 big carries, he hasn't done much. So, and that's a testament to this Eagle defense. But in a situation like this, with the amount of speed that Friendship has on their team, I would not put a fake option, out of this equation. Especially in high school football. Oh, and he actually punts it away. It actually ends up being a great punt, and it's going to be at the 20-yard line. Great job flipping the field right there by Friendship.
We're going to replay in 10.
So we're about to go to a replay, but Andre Johnson was working with production, trying to get things ready, right? So we're going to get this replay going. We're ready for the replay. It's going to be of the Juventus Lindor touchdown. So you see Mr. Caratelli here, and you're not going to see it from this angle, but, you know, Juju was running directly at the cornerback's outside shoulder. He put his outside foot into the ground. Boom, got him right on the wrong foot, and Juju is gone for the touchdown. And something's telling me it's going to be him doing that all year long. Very impressive route running from Mr. Lindor.
Whenever you see the nameplate of a cornerback, it's never a good sign.
Hey, listen, playing cornerback is very, very hard. Again, what he did great there, again, was attacking the cornerback's outside shoulder, getting him misbalanced, and he cut it right into the inside. So Eagle Academy have about 2 minutes to see if they can get back on the scoreboard as they do a toss to Mr. Grayson. It's a pretty good game. Now that I'm back, again, working with production, trying to get everything in order. How many times do I need to say this, guys? How many times do I need to say this?
I know where this is going.
Punt. So, guys, can somebody clip that? Can someone clip that sequence and just tag me all over Instagram and say Dre told you so?
Nope.
The punt.
So 99.9% of the time, I will agree with you. On that particular punt, I don't believe Tyler had the angle, and because he had a defender, if he touches that and he doesn't feel it cleanly, guess who's going 6 the other way? I think in that particular instance, he did the right thing.
I can't even commentate the game right now. As Caratelli does a good job going down. Guys, give me a second because I need to argue with Greg.
As Dre goes back and looks at the replay, I'm telling you, he did not have the proper angle because now if he took a better angle towards the ball and went around it like a baseball outfielder instead of going straight to it, that's a little different.
I know you guys cannot see this. We're in a timeout, so forgive me, right? So we're about to watch back this punt. Pete says average 15 to 20 yards every time you don't catch the punt. Okay, punt comes, right? Where is he? He has 10 yards.
Go back. What was it, 10
Bottom
seconds?
line, what is he there for?
I agree, but once his player got in the way, that screws with his vision. So if he doesn't feel like he catch it clean, like I said, 99.9% of the time, I agree with you. I think that particular instance, I understand why he let it go.
He was standing on the 40-yard line, and the ball bounced on the 36-yard line, Greg.
While his teammate ran past the ball.
He is back there, 50 yards back, right? Shout out to the announcer. He's back there, 50 yards ahead. He can see everything happening in front of him. It's not like he has to wait for the ball to hit the ground. The ball's in the air. You're a baseball player,
yes,
right? You
watch
the trajectory
of the ball, and you catch it like
an
outfielder. The difference between me and Tyler is I'm an outfielder. He's not.
Oh, he's just a varsity football player returning punts. No,
and we're back. We're back.
As he just hands it off. We're going to halftime. I'm frustrated. All right, y'all. For you guys who are unfamiliar, you might be watching like, why is this guy ranting and raving about catching punts? It is because it is a constant thing. No matter if it's Curtis, if it's Erasmus Hall, Erasmus Hall's a little better. Eagle Academy. No one in the PSAL wants to field punts.
Pete, as a St. Mary's guy myself, that is my favorite comment. A Kellenberg guy passionate about special teams is the most on-brand thing of this entire broadcast.
Now it's on brand. Good football is on brand is what you're telling me? Excuse me for liking good football.
Caratelli in the shotgun, drops back, looks deep. He has time. He's under pressure, and he's going to go down. And he lost even more yardage than anticipated. And that's a situation where once he pumps, Caratelli has to get rid of the ball. Whether you throw it away, it is better than taking a sack. He lost like almost 15 yards there. And that's something that I think as the season goes on, Coach Brady's going to talk to him about. And it's very Zach Wilson-esque when he was a starting quarterback for the New York Football Jets. You cannot take unnecessary sacks in unnecessary situations.
Again, that's what these non-league – I shouldn't call it preseason because it's not preseason, but that's what these non-league games are for, get those kind of things out of your game. It looks like – I haven't seen them change the down marker yet. Did Eagle get bailed out? Was that a holding penalty or hands to the face? Because it's still first down.
Goes back to my
I missed that, actually.
Point about us being able to communicate with the refs. Holding on offense?
Okay, so it's a holding on off. I would have taken the sack and the loss of down, though.
That is, I was just going to say, that actually is a win for Eagle.
All right, so it's going to be a 1st and 20. First down is the 42-yard line. Sends Uvens Lindor in motion. Hands it off to Dom. He'll just take it. Just got to hold on to the ball here. We're getting to the end of the quarter.
I will go up top again.
Now, of course, we don't have the official clock. I'm thinking Eagle Academy are just trying to take this into halftime. Friendship aren't using timeouts.
That was exactly my point with Zach Wilson. I was not highlighting anything he did good in that instance.
So it's going to be 3rd and long, actually. So did they accept the penalty? Because it's third down now. So it's 3rd and long. He is going to throw it. Looks like he's looking for the screen. He tackled him early, but I guess he's in the backfield, so you can tackle him. So good job for Mr. Smith there.
This guy, Smith, and his sideline-to-sideline speed is elite. I want to see where he's going to end up. I want to follow him in college.
Yeah, and you can see he just has instincts for the ball. He's always in the right place, That's the thing about sports, and especially a sport like football, right? You get rewarded from using your eyes and being quick to spots. You know what I'm saying? And you're not anywhere on the field by accident. You're there by play recognition. He sees that his responsibility is a running back. He sees, all of my defensive linemen are sprinting into the backfield. That's probably not right. It's probably a screen, and you see how he breaks it up there.
Yeah.
So important special teams again. Friendship were able to block the first punt. This could be a huge play here. And Coach Jones is going to call a timeout. So, again, just on behalf of Sage Media Solutions, again, this is Andre Johnson on the call with Mr. Greg Polius. Just being back in the booth here with everybody, it really is awesome. Eagle Academy, they have some police lights right now. They're most likely going to get some more official lights so, we can have, Friday nights really rocking here at the Nest. Shout out to all the media who are at this game. Got my guy TYJ Visuals. You got shot by LJ, Keystar Network, and some youth programs down here as well. Everybody wants to, take a peek at Eagle Academy, Greg.
Yeah, and I mean it's been buzzing on social media all summer. The Jordan brand, the documentary. There's been a lot of talk on the socials.
And honestly, good half so far for Eagle Academy. Of course, up 14-0. There's a whole nother half of football to play. And again, what do I always say? There are 3 phases of football. Here's the third here. Can you execute this punt? Good snap. And it's blocked again from Friendship. Special teams, special teams, special teams. We were talking about how good of a half that was for Eagle Academy. But now Mr. Richardson and Mr. Smith are on the short field here at the end of the half, Greg. Oh, that looked like that was the last play. Woo.
That is something that in the second
half.
Hold on.
Does Friendship know that? I think there's still another play left in this game.
I don't know. I heard the buzzer. They can't possibly think they were going to get a playoff.
Now remember, our clock is not official. The scoreboard clock is not official. It's only the referee that has the official clock.
You know what is official, though? Eagle had to figure out this punt situation.
Listen, Friendship has another play. One more play left in this half. Let's see if Mr. Richardson can take advantage of a second lease of life here in this first half.
Got to watch his legs on this play.
On about the 15-yard line, throws a screen, and that's a missed tackle. Whoa, Eagle Academy got lucky there. A missed tackle, but the rest of the pursuit gets on top of the ball carrier.
Wait, they have another play? What is happening? How much time is left? But once you get a hat on a hat in the backfield, you have to make the tackle. You can't allow him to get, 5 to 7 more yards inside the 10. And shout out to Sincere Hester on the pursuit right there.
Yeah, Sincere Hester saved the touchdown. And yeah, that was Kavion Robinson. He had number 7, Ricky Wilson, dead to rights, and he let him go. Again, this is a term you're going to hear me saying over and over and over again. Fine margins. It's fine margins in football games. So again, we are not sure how much time is left, but clearly they have another chance here to cut this lead in half. Smith in the backfield alongside Richardson. They're on about the 5-yard line. Sprints out to the right, looking, throws it. Does he have his feet inbounds? Yes, sir. Touchdown. Friendship Academy, Mr. Alston.
That was a great job hauling that in, and an even better pass because he was blanketed, and somehow Richardson got that pass in there, and Alston held on to it.
It was an excellent throw, excellent route. And honestly, the coverage was pretty good too, honestly. It was just a better throw and a better catch. Tyler Grayson was right there. I mean, the accuracy on that throw. Hopefully if production can hear me that we can get a replay going. But it was just such an excellent throw from Richardson over to Christopher Alston. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So Friendship Academy are able to cut into the lead, as that looks like that was the last play of the first half. What a half of action. And we're going to go into halftime with our score 14-6, Eagle Academy up. Friendship Academy will get the ball going into the second half. This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. We will be back in about 10 minutes. and welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Our score is 14-6, Eagle Academy leading Friendship from D.C. This is Andre Johnson on the call alongside Mr. Greg Polius. Greg, tell me about that half, man.
So obviously Eagle had a great offensive first half, and they're up 14-6. They played, even better defense, keeping a high-powered Friendship offense to only 6 points. But the real story was the special teams. 2 block punts, and not feeling a punt, to your point, even though we disagreed, but not feeling a punt still hurt because they started at their own 20. So I think that can be the determinant factor in the second half. What will these special teams do on both sides of the ball?
And listen, it's something where, yes, it's week 1, right? Or week -2, I should say, right?
Week -2 is crazy.
It's week -2, so of course you have to work some things out of your system. But, you want to work out maybe some false starts, some illegal formations. You need to be able to get a punt off. You need to be able to field the punt. These are the basics of football that, Eagle looks a little far off it right now, right? So they're going to have to work on that. But to talk about the highlights from this half, it started off with a great first possession from Eagle Academy as we were able to drive down the field, and then Zaire Schulters, was able to score about a 12-yard touchdown. And, Eagle did a good job stopping Friendship. And then the big play, it was about a 65 to 70-yard touchdown. Mr. Anthony Caratelli to Mr. Juvens Lindor. I should talk about some of the offers that Juju has. He has quite a few Division I offers. Great route from Juju, 14-0. And again, another special teams miscue, the blocked punt, and it leads to an excellent, excellent touchdown for Friendship Academy. Weren't able to get the extra point, and now we are here, 14-6, Greg.
You put some respect on that big play. It wasn't just a big play. It was a strike, right? It was what the kids call it, a dot. That's what the kids call it.
It was a dot. It was an excellent route. Friendship Academy. And the thing that makes that touchdown so big, other than the obvious, is that Friendship Academy get the ball coming out of halftime. So I want to make sure I'm just going back on YouTube. That's the thing I love so much about YouTube, that you can just rewind yourself. Yeah, so that was number 2, Christopher Alston on the touchdown. And it was an excellent throw from Darren Richardson. A player I was also impressed with on offense for Eagle Academy was Don Prestano. Shout out to his family member or his friend who corrected me. But Don Prestano did a great job running the ball aggressively. He was able to convert a 4th down on that first drive. So a lot of people are asking how is he going to contribute, and Mr. Prestano clearly contributed tremendously.
And Friendship here to receive the kick in the second half. Martin Koppelman to kick off.
Here we go, another half of football. Another miscue, but it is fielded. Here's Mr. Wilson. Has a bit of room. And he's going to go down at about the 35, 36-yard line.
Let's see how Friendship comes out on offense. If I'm Friendship, I put the ball back in Deion Smith's hands. I know Alston scored that touchdown just before the half, but Smith is the one who's gotten their offense going. So let's see. Eagle back in at 3-4 with Hyacinth and Hester at the ends. And that's Darryl Gatewood as the defensive tackle. Takes a snap, drops back. A great move right there. Jedediah Cook right there almost made a house call and shoestring tackle right there. That's going to be a first down. This is a great play call right there. Getting the ball to Cook in open space, showcasing his agility ability.
Agility ability, I like that. I actually got a little flatter angle of that as I was talking to production, and that's an athletic kid right there.
Yeah.
1st and 10, and he shrugs off Chase Hyacinth. But what a play from Josiah Brown.
So, first of all, that's the best defense play of the game I've seen, and here's why. Because even after the high snap and he didn't get the initial tackle, Darrell Richardson went out there and made a block on Josiah Brown, and he got past the block and still made the tackle for a loss.
You know, I talk about how important it's going to be for the secondary to tackle, and Josiah Brown is saying, Dre, I got you, dog. Excellent play. He has a couple Division I offers himself. 2nd and long. Goes out to the right. He is going to throw that screen. And that is a good job from Nate Ellis. No, excuse me. That's number 19.
Marcusio
Brown. We've called his name quite a few times today.
The first time it wasn't good. This time it was.
No, he made a couple. I could have sworn he made a couple of tackles.
No, he did. But in that particular time, he did not allow the offensive player to make a play on him. So that was a great job.
So it was going to be 3rd and about 12. The first down is the Eagle Academy 41-yard line. Even set, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Mr. Alston is on the top of your screen, and he will look in that direction. He throws it. That's going to be to number 3. He makes the man miss. Can he get the first down? No. Great job from Sincere Hester, but it's going to be short about a yard.
There's a flag in the backfield, but I have a feeling that is coming back.
It will be a holding on Friendship Academy.
So Eagle had Hyacinth and Junior Jonathan Stevenson standing tall on the line, and they both were in the backfield and had a chance at Richardson, but that's where the hole came in.
And the thing I love about Richardson is just his pocket presence. You know, he has a Division I player in Chase Hyacinth barreling down on him. He just throws it to his check down, keeps his team alive. What a player Mr. Richardson is. So it's going to be a 3rd and forever. Again, the first down is the Eagle Academy 41-yard line. It's about a 3rd and 22 as they're taking a snap from the 38-yard line.
Also, real quick, Sincere Hester was the defensive tackle on that play and then made the tackle 15 yards down the field.
That's why he will be a Temple Owl in the fall of 2027. Richardson looks left. Looking. Chase Hyacinth is chasing after him. And a good tackle, good pursuit from Mr. Hyacinth. And then Josiah Brown coming down to make a tackle. Hard collision there. Hyacinth and Brown down on the play.
That was a great pursuit by Hyacinth.
Looks like Josiah Brown took the brunt of it. Excuse me, that looked like was that Hyacinth or that was Nate Ellis actually? Actually might have been Nate on that pursuit. I'm going to look back at it right now.
As they tend to, players on the field, Eagle offense is going to come back out for the second half. I would love to see, more of those mesh-type plays, get the ball to their receivers in space across the middle of the field, see what they can do.
As Josiah Brown is up. Took a brief – looked like it could have been a knee-to-knee. So it was Hyacinth on the pursuit, and it was Hyacinth on the pursuit, and it was Nate Ellis who made the tackle. And, again, it looked like Josiah Brown took the brunt of that hit, but he looks like he's okay. As they will – here we go, guys. Here we go. Start the music.
Not the circus
Here comes
music.
the punt. What will we see from this punt? Bad snap. Almost blocked. It looks like it will. He's going to try to catch it.
Oh, Tyler Grayson muffs it. And it's picked up by number 6, Aiden Johnson.
That should have been
Hold on. Give it more time.
I blame you.
Greg, give it more time. Why is it so hard to field the punt?
I mean, I could give you a few reasons. But
Give me a few reasons.
well, one, you have elite athletes barreling down on you as you're waiting for a ball, as you're about to run. You're just your body's doing too many things at once.
Hold on a
Now-
second. Chat, can someone please start playing the smallest violin in the world? That is your job.
I agree with you. What I was going to say is that should have been a fair catch. Because
it was a fair catch.
No. He tried to run with it. That's why he didn't catch it. He
I
tried
see.
to move as the ball was coming down. If you fair catch that, because it was already a muff punt. It was almost blocked. The punt, I don't even think went 20 yards, okay, in terms of net yardage. Instead of trying to just take off and run, catch the ball, fair catch. Your offense is in great field position. You're almost at midfield in one play.
Yeah, Pete actually asked if that was roughing the punter, and it actually did kind of look like a roughing the punter penalty as well. Good call out, Pete. Sorry, I was just too enraged by the
Shocker.
the circus of the punts. And I want to be clear, this is nothing on Tyler Grayson, because Tyler Grayson is an incredible player, so we're not talking about him in particular. This is built-up frustration over years.
Okay, this is your ongoing beef in football, like it's my ongoing beef in basketball with the possession arrow.
And you know what? Here's what I will say. I commend Mr. Grayson for going to field the punt. Yes, you did not drop it. You did not field it, but that's going to happen, right? Have the confidence you're back there for a reason. Go get the ball. So I'm never going to kill someone for dropping the ball. I more kill people for not having the bravery to go do your job and catch the ball. Because the reason why you're going to drop it is because you're thinking about dropping it. Just go catch it. As we do have a player down here. Again, here at Sage Media, like I said before, and, there's some new people here. We like to take the camera off the young men while they are hurt. And it does look like an Eagle Academy player. I'll let you guys know once I can see. Can't see. They're pumping a helmet. I don't understand what's going on.
So, Dre, as we wait, as they tend to the player on the field, do you think special teams is going to be the deciding factor in this game?
I think special teams might be the deciding factor in the championship.
we went. Hold on, we didn't even get to the playoffs. We had the first game, and it's boom straight. Special teams going to decide the chip.
Absolutely, that is how important. That is how serious I take it. I don't care if people laugh at me for this. This is how important special teams are. That is how important. You cannot be a championship team if you can't field the punt. Okay, so we can stop playing the season. Let's sim to December in basketball season now if you can't field the punt, because you're not going to win the championship. If you can't punt the ball, if you can't receive punts, if you can't get onside kicks, if you can't tackle the people on kickoffs, you're not a championship team. I'll stand on it.
Wow, that is an aggressive stance. I mean, this is also why this is non-league, so you can work on things like that. That doesn't mean it can't get better. All I'm saying is this particular game and the way this game is going, what do you see in terms of special teams? Do you see that decided? You took that on the whole PSL, the whole city.
I mean, and I hope it's clipped up. I hope the kids say Andre is so annoying, because that is how important it is. And by the way, this is seems to be a very, very serious injury. So please bear with us. Hopefully the young man is okay. There's a lot of people circled around him now. I'm going to leave my commentator, but I'm going to try to get some more info on what's going on so I can inform you guys.
All right, as we're here, talk to me, guys. Talk to me in the chat. Who do you have winning this game? Do you have Eagle or do you have Friendship, the team that traveled up the Beltway? The longest halftime of all time. Well, no, it's not. It. So we put the halftime screen up because there was an injury on on the previous play, and the player's still down. So we put that screen up because we obviously don't want to put the players on the screen as they're hurt. This injury looks pretty serious, as there are a lot of it's an Eagle player. He's moving, so that's good. Um, we're not sure who's injured. We can't see his numbers as his back is on the ground and he's surrounded
All
by
right.
the coaching staff.
So I do have the context. So it is number 27, Jordan Bob, unfortunately, and it could be a dislocated knee. So we might have a long break right now
And
as the ambulance is on its way.
so now, obviously, prayers up for Jordan Bob. You hope that he's able to come back and recover quickly from that type of injury. In terms of the gameplay, after that play, Friendship is going to have the ball in plus territory coming back once we come back from it. Now, my question is, a break like this with such a positive play, do you think that impacts an offense?
Yeah, I think well first of all, it's all about the young man, right? Like we really hope that Jordan's okay, and it's a friend, it's a classmate of everybody. Definitely some concerned looks on Eagle Academy's face. So of course, the young man is first before the game. As far as the game goes, this is the sport. We choose to play, we choose to watch. And it's adversity. You have to get through it. These kind of things can happen when you play a sport like this. So it's going to be Eagles' first real big challenge of the year to even though you have this long break, get ready to play some defense.
And this is going to be another test for this defense when you have Smith and Austin Jr. with a short field. And you can't forget the legs of Richardson.
Yeah, so, I think that this is going to be a long break. So I think I'm going to put the halftime screen back on. Again. So again, we're going to put the halftime screen back on because the ambulance has to come out. And I really appreciate everybody in the chat. Please put your prayers out for Mr. Jordan Bob. Looks like it's a leg injury. So we're going to put the halftime screen back on, and we're waiting for the ambulance. So I'll be in the chat, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes, guys.
Jordan Bob. I'm at special teams. This is. And we're back here at the Nest.
Yeah, again, prayers out to Jordan Bob. We're back in action. Again, this is the sport we play. That was a very, very long intermission.
All right. It's going to be Friendship on offense as we come back after the muff punt by Tyler Grayson. So, whistles in play. And here we go. Richardson in the backfield. Takes a shotgun snap. And that's caught. Great tackle right there. As Jedediah Cook with the reception. Jaden Mosley making a great tackle, the transfer right there. So it's going to be about second and 8, it looks like, after that great play by Jaden Mosley. Richardson in shotgun. Alston at the top of the screen. Rolls right, looking for Alston. Great job right there by Alston corralling that pass. And this is a part of the game where Friendship is going to go to their big playmakers as Deion Smith comes back on the field. And another player is down currently. It looks like a hamstring injury. That's Christopher Alston on Friendship, pointing to his hamstring. Still has upward mobility, so that's a good thing. These are the preseason or early season blues.
Yeah, man, hamstring is the last thing you want to hear ever. Every athlete, you just feel like a hamstring never gets exactly right, and it's not something you can stretch, right? I don't even know if you can necessarily rehab a hamstring. You kind of just have to rest it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, he got up under his own will. I believe he has to come out for a play, and he jogged off the field, so that's a good thing. So we're probably going to see him again.
All right, so it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the – looks like that's the 30 to 34-yard line. Hands it off. That's a very, very good play. That looked like Nate Ellis. Was that Nate? Nate again on the play.
Along with number 56, Darryl Gatewood.
Darryl Gatewood is going to be so important for this Eagle Academy defense in the middle. Of course, you have the edge rushers in Sincere and Mr. Hyacinth, but the middle of the defense is so important as we have a 2nd and 7 now. Richardson in the backfield. Hands it off. Again, another player in Deion Smith where he averages at least one broken tackle per play.
Yes, or you can say he runs over one defender per play.
So it's going to be a 3rd and about 4. The first down is the 24-yard line for Friendship.
Now, if you're Friendship and you say end up 4th and short, do you go for it? I mean, if you have Deion Smith, I say yes.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I don't know what their field goal situation is looking like. They did miss the point after, so you would have to expect this is 4-down territory. As they're going to hand it off, it's going to be a fake.
And that's belief.
The ball is stripped. Eagle Academy have it. Wow, that's Beatty Juice on the strip and fumble recovery. Beatty Juve on the recovery.
Going back and looking at the replay here. And that was Belief Jordan on the initial pursuit.
We're going to go to a quick replay.
All right, so we do have a replay lined up for you guys. So you see it right here. They had it was a bad snap. Never gave it to the running back there.
It was a missed handoff. That's what it was.
Excuse me, a misplay to handoff, and Beatty Juve is the beneficiary of that. So, Mr. Reed and Mr. Richardson on a big miscue there as they hand it off to Zaza as he pushes it up the field. And one thing I have to say from Friendship, Greg, do you take out Mr. Smith on a 3rd and 4 there?
Yeah, it's a little questionable given how effective he's been in terms of yards per carry. I especially in 4-down territory, as you called it. And that's the second turnover from this Eagle defense.
So it looks like it's going to be a false start on Eagle Academy. And it's funny, you say the second takeaway for the Eagle defense, but it's almost a giveaway from Friendship Academy, honestly.
Counts the same, though, but yes.
My hands up, it counts the same. History, remember it? That's 2 takeaways for Eagle Academy defense.
But, yeah, and, those are some of those, growing pains where early in the season. But the key to a good team is capitalizing on another team's mistake. So let's see if Eagle is able to do that right here.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 9. The first down is the Eagle Academy 46. Looks like Zaza in the backfield. Caratelli's going to fake it to him, rolls out to his left, looking. He throws it to the bottom of the screen, and it is caught. Josiah Brown. Enough for the Eagle Academy. First down.
That was a great job by Caratelli, squaring his shoulders to the outer boundary to fire that pass on the run.
And that's exactly what you've been asking for, that play action, Greg.
Yeah.
So, again, Josiah Brown on offense, on defense. I can't reiterate how important of a player he's going to be for Eagle Academy. So it's a first new set of downs for Eagle. As one of those lights come on, thank God.
And we watch Juju in the slot here, a super mismatch. But they also have Alston as a single high safety.
We're going to go to a quick replay after this run.
So they're going to hand it off to Mr. Zaire Schulters. That's a good stop there. That's from number 0, guess who? Dayon Smith. As we're getting ready for a replay.
Replay in 5.
So, again, just a great job, just like you said, squaring his shoulders up. A nice little comeback hitch route from Josiah Brown on the bottom of the screen. First down, Eagle Academy. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10. The first down is in Friendship territory on their 44-yard line. Juju on the bottom of the screen. They're going to hand it off to Zaza again. Nice hole on that right side, still on his feet somehow. This kid is 5'3", 5'4". Look at the mentality. Look at the strength from Zaire Schulters.
There's a flag on the play. It might be coming back. It looked like number 16, Cam Douglas on Eagle, was wrapped up with a DB from Friendship. Not sure what the call is going to be.
Waiting on the call. Looking at white hat here.
I see face mask signal, but on who? That's going to be very important. Okay, it looks like he's motioning. There was some type of hand fighting on a block. Face mask potentially got grabbed by mistake. Personal foul. It's going to be a face mask against Eagle. That's going to be a big blow.
Is it an offsetting penalty? Oh, it looks like it's going to be an offsetting penalty.
Okay. So we're going to replay the down. Okay, even if we don't have direct communication, can we at least get a mic on a head ref? Is that too much to ask for? I mean, there are. I know you don't want us to talk about the refs, but I mean, we are in the social media age. Everybody could get a little mic they could just put on their shirt.
Greg, it's more than just a mic. You have to hook them into the entire PA system.
That's what we have you for.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, guys. Let me do more work for no more money, but more work, because that's how this works, man. Anyway, as Greg Polius gets demoted from his job, it's a 3rd and short for Eagle Academy. They're going to hand it off to Mrs. Zaire Schulters, and this time he can't escape from guess who, Mr. Smith, Dayon Smith, and Aiden Hunter.
Appreciate you, Coach Warren.
Oh, that's my guy. Shout out to Coach Warren, man. Coach Warren over there at Transit. They were the winners of the first Sage Media Standout Student Section Award. We gave them a check for $1,000, and Coach Warren can attest that check did not bounce.
What?
My money's good over here. As a crucial 4th down here. Don Prestiano in the backfield. Prestano, excuse me. Why do I keep saying Prestiano? Prestano. You know, when I get hooked on one way to say someone's name, I always mess it up. Mr. Prestano in the backfield, and it's going to be just a miscue. But Caratelli's going to be close to the 1st down. Ooh, it depends on the spot. A complete miscue, but Caratelli.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And that is ends up being a wasted possession on the turnover from the Eagle defense, as Friendship is going to get the ball around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you know, Caratelli did his best improv job there, and he was just short of the 1st down, so it's going to be a new set of downs for Friendship Academy. So a new lease on life after the fumble. Just so you guys know, on the clock in the stadium is 2:10.
Now, the question is, does Eagle defense have another turnover in them? Another takeaway.
Hands it off to the do-it-all man, and Mr. Nate Ellis is there, and number 7, Jaden Mosley, is there to clean it up.
That's great pursuit right there by Nate Ellis. It's going to be 2nd and long. Both these teams probably on the field longer than they anticipated, so you also got to wonder if fatigue is going to play a factor at any point. As he takes a snap, and he cuts back, still on his feet, and he's going to get a 1st down on that carry. That's Kamari Reed, the junior, with the big carry.
And that's great to see Reed coming back after the miscue on the handoff. That was a tough run.
That little cutback right there at the point of attack is what allowed him to scoot free.
It's Friendship Academy, you know. They're no team. They can take a punch, man. This is a team, again, in the semifinals of the DC playoffs, state playoffs. As the defensive chants start. Rolls left, throws it.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Intended for Ricky Wilson. I think the Eagle defense did a great job rolling with Richardson there and staying home, not allowing him to cut back field as well.
So 1st down for Friendship is going to be on the Eagle 31-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Splits are very large here for Friendship. It looks like a false start, and he's going to keep it himself.
And he's only going to get about a yard. I definitely think there was some movement on that offensive line.
I didn't expect that play to continue, but good job by Kavion Robinson making the play there.
Ref coming out to let us know something here.
Yeah, I didn't think that play would run. It was clearly either a false start on all sides.
Third and long here.
Again, first down is the Eagle Academy 31-yard line. Smith in the backfield, but that will be the end of the third quarter. Again, a very, very long quarter because of the unfortunate injury to Jordan Bob. Again, prayers out to him. But our score remains the same, 14-6, Eagle Academy leading Friendship from D.C.
Eagle needs to score again. They need to stop here, and they need to score again to put that two-score distance. It's still a one-score game at this point, right? You know, a touchdown and a two-point conversion, which is very possible when you have a Deion Smith.
Absolutely, really appreciate all the support. And, we're still over 600 viewers, even after the long pause. So really appreciate everyone for sticking with us. Please leave a like while you're here.
I was going to say shout out to Cameron.
To who?
Cameron.
Oh, that went right over my head. I can't lie. Yo, you guys have to understand. Like, I'm thinking about so many things at once. When I hear something, say camera, I'm like,
I
said camera.
Nah,
and I'm like,
that's
there's no camera on the staff. I'm like, wait, like what?
That's what I'm here for, Dre.
Well, let me tell you something, guys.
I'm here for the somewhat comedic relief.
Greg Police, this is year 4, going on year 5, man. And this was the original crew, Polius and Johnson.
Yeah. Wow, it's been that long. Holy smokes.
I had hair once. I don't have hair anymore. You've had some great things going on in your life lately. So,
yeah.
And it's still us on the commentary, man.
I mean, it looks like we're here to stay.
Yeah, as long as you behave yourself, you know what I'm
saying? Wow. When did you become a bus driver in your next line of work? Holy smokes. Sheesh.
As we're ready for fourth quarter action. Third and long for Mr. Richardson and Friendship Academy. Takes the snap, looks right. He's going to roll in that direction, has belief on him. It looks like this will be coming back as he's short. And Carrot has to be careful. That could have been a unnecessary roughness.
That's definitely going to be a hold because I think one of the Eagle defenders was pulled off their feet.
So it will be coming back. I don't think the Friendship Academy players appreciated the maybe a late push on the quarterback. And the thing why it's so dangerous on this field is because you see the fence is literally 6 yards away from you. You're running full speed. Any kind of push, any kind of touch, and you're flying into that fence.
Are the refs deliberating on that?
No, it was a holding. They called the holding. Called the holding.
Because I didn't see the sticks move back. That's why I was wondering.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 20 for Friendship Academy.
I would love to see the defensive line run a nice little stunt right here, see if it throws the offensive line off.
Yeah, a 3rd and long is screaming a halfback screen. So you got to make sure, you keep your discipline. There's not many quarterbacks. Well, I haven't seen many quarterbacks at this level, watching New York football who can drop back 3rd and 20, just a 7-yard drop and throw it down the field for a first down.
In fairness, we also haven't seen Richardson throw the ball 20-plus yards today, so this shall be an interesting play call right here. If there was a time for him to go down the field, I think Coach Hunter, this is the time to break it out.
Shout out to my guy Calvin Curtis in the chat. So the marker on the field says 4th down. Now, that does not make any sense because it was a holding penalty, so it should be 3rd down. So this is where we get tripped up. This happened in the Tottenville Erasmus Hall game. We definitely need clarification because it was a holding. Yes, we could use. Yes, Greg, we could use a microphone. from the referees because it was definitely a holding. All right, they corrected it now. It's third down. It is 3rd and 20. The way
man.
Greg was looking at me just now. As we have a timeout friendship. So we got it right in the end.
I honestly thought they took a timeout before. I think that would have been a perfect time to call a timeout by Coach Hunter. Because to me, this is your biggest play of the game. You're down 1 score, 3rd and 20. If you give up more yards on a sack or on a tackle for a loss, you don't have a choice but to punt the ball because now you're in Eagle territory.
So let me tell you something. This is what you do. This is the best game plan, right? You take a knee on 3rd down, right?
Oh, boy. I know where this is going.
You take a knee, and your best weapon is punting the ball to Eagle Academy.
It's so rude. So rude. Yo, so rude. And you know what's going to happen? Tyler Grayson is going to say, I heard you, Dre, and he's going to make a house call.
Again, there's nothing on the player. I just have a beef with everyone in New York City for not fielding punts. So here we go, 3rd and 20. First down is the Eagle Academy 31, 32-yard line. Richardson has it looks like a false start, but Richardson on the top of the screen has pressure, and he goes down. Let's credit belief, and Sincere Hester was there first.
What a job off the edge of these speed rushers from Eagle Academy. This defense has been, do I use the E word? They have been elite all day.
It's been a tremendous job. Remember, this is no slouch in Friendship Academy. So here we go. We do have C.J. McCracken back there to field the punt. That I don't love. I wish they would keep Tyler out there.
I mean, I'm also sticking with my house call. If this punt is fielded,
I will say it's dark, so it might be a little hard to see the ball in the air. Here we go. Let's start the circus music.
Oh,
and it looks like this kid is fast. Let's see how much he can go. And no, it will. Okay, let's calm down, everyone on the field, please. Everyone stay on the field.
It was a botched snap, and Jamal Price ended up having to just take off running, and the Eagles special teams, gets a stop. And Eagle offense is going to take over what looks like about maybe around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, so apologies for the botched call, but there were some extracurriculars going on after the play, so we're trying to get that sorted out now. I think Eagle Academy Brooklyn did a really good job not reacting from what I saw. As we have the winner of the raffle coming into the booth. Yo, shout out to Riot U Sports Podcast. Shout out to my guys over there, man. Really appreciate the shout out in the chat. You guys are always supporting me, and I'll support you guys any way I can, man. Shout out to you guys.
Also, shout out to the fans of Eagle Academy. The stands are absolutely packed. It was like navigating traffic on a BQE at 5 p.m. trying to get out of this place at halftime.
Yeah, no, huge shout out to the community. Everybody, Eagle Academy has proven to be the hottest ticket in town, and they purchased,
And also got to give a shout-out to the fans that traveled up the Beltway from Friendship Academy. That is not an easy journey to make. I know D.C. traffic is bad, but New York City traffic is 100 times worse.
And, I was talking to Coach Hunter, and he said, usually they like to come the day before, rest up, but, they had to, because of circumstances, they had to do it all in one day, travel down, and they're traveling back up. And think about it, this game should have been over about 20 minutes ago, with the long break. It's going to be a long night for these guys.
To be honest, the later they leave, the probably the better in terms of traffic.
That's a good point, I'll say.
Well, and also, if they have school tomorrow, I think they should all get the day off.
Good thing it's Saturday.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
I didn't want to
You're
do it.
right.
I didn't even want to
No,
do
you
that.
did. You did. You did.
It was right in
You
front of
did.
me, Greg.
You know what? That's
Greg was
payback.
right in
I'll
front of
take
me.
it. It's fair. I deserve that. I'll wear my L.
The
It's
thing
cool.
is,
It's
Mr. Greg
cool.
Polis is a school teacher. You know what I'm saying? By trade.
No. I'm going to explain to you what it is, right? New York City school teachers, when we don't teach during the summer, we turn our teaching brain
Oh,
off.
that's a good point.
So I don't know my days of the week if I'm not working.
No, that also makes it worse, though, because school hasn't even started yet.
Exactly. School hasn't
I
started
didn't
up
even
here
think
yet.
about that. So here we go. Eagle Academy. They're going to take it. It's going to fake. Mr. Caratelli is going to look deep. It is going to be incomplete, intended for Juvens Lindor. Hey, nice to see you, right?
I actually love that, going for it on first down, going for it all, because, I mean,
Why not?
all the cards are, in your hand.
Shout out to Dre in the chat, dropping the oranges. That can only mean one thing.
Shout out to Upstate.
Shout out here. We're not trying to make the spot too hot. Yeah, so shout out to Upstate. So it looked like there was a holding penalty, so it was going to be 1st and 20 for Eagle Academy. The first down is the 26-yard line. Zaza in the backfield alongside Mr. Caratelli. And it's going to be another miscue, and he takes a big shot there from Mr. Smith. I mean, somebody needs to find this young man email.
So, something happened there where there was a miscommunication between quarterback and a running back right there. I thought that was going to be a handoff. Caratelli pulled it back, and Deion Smith, the minute he pulled it back, was in his face.
See, these are the kind of mistakes that you expect to see in a weak -2 game, you know?
Dre's favorite saying.
You know what, Calvin? I got to wait until, it's necessary to say it, Hands it off to Zaza, and he's going to go down quickly. And is the ball out, or is that just a big shot from Mr. Smith?
Deion Smith is different. Please remember this name. So it looks like it's going to be 4th down. Nope, it's going to be 3rd and long. Juju at the bottom of your screen here, 1-on-1. And that's looks like McCracken in the slot. Drops back, has nothing, gets rid of it. That's a great job of improvisation by Caratelli right there. Number 16, Cam Douglas on the reception. And they're going to tack on what looks like another 15 for unnecessary roughness after the play. A big time mental error right there from Friendship. So, mental mistake by Friendship, Dre. Roughing the passer. I'm sorry. Unnecessary roughness after the play on the reception by Cam Douglas.
So we are going to cut to a quick replay of it. So we're watching it here. And listen, man, you got to swallow your whistle there, man. I don't like that. This is a contact sport.
I'm not a big fan of that play. That call right there.
And another big hit from guess who? Deion Smith.
What I tell you, We gonna hear his name on Saturdays and Sundays.
Wow. So here we go. It's going to be
Deion Smith has spent more time in the Eagle backfield on this possession than I would say Eagle running backs on this possession.
no. It's an impressive play. I mean, every time you look up, it's Mr. Smith making another tackle, another tackle, another tackle.
It's going to be second and long.
And the thing about him that I love the most about Mr. Smith is the way he attacks the line of scrimmage, and he is violent at the point of the attack. So, all right, so we have some scoreboard issues, but the clock is still – we still have the one clock. Of course, the referees have the clock, so we'll be fine. So it's a second and very long for Eagle Academy. Juju on the bottom of your screen. C.J. McCracken on the top of your screen. Zaza in the backfield. And they're going to fake it. A lot of pressure in his face. And he's going to go down. That's number 18 on the sack, Mr. Shaw.
I'll say this. Friendship on this defensive possession has brought pressure on essentially every snap. Eagle has the long, drawn-out plays, the extended routes. They have to find a way to counter that.
But let me tell you something. Mr. Caratelli has to be better on that play. There is a pocket. Yes, there's two people coming wide. You got to step up into it. And there was a clear, nice little pocket he could have stepped up into, but he's a little too slow there. But, again, it's weak -2. Third and forever. He's going to hand it off to Zaza. Go up the right sideline. Of course, he's going to make somebody miss. So it looks like Eagle Academy is going to punt.
Are they going to punt or kick a field goal?
You're punting the ball.
Coffin corner?
You know, remember those mini games in Madden? Does
Yeah.
Madden still have mini games?
I haven't played Madden in years, so I couldn't even tell you.
So it's going to be Martin Koppelman. So it's a new punter here. So it's going to be Martin Koppelman here to punt the ball. See if Martin can pin Friendship deep. And honestly, you know, how many possessions are left in this game now? We're getting down to crucial times here. And just letting y'all know, Martin is a quarterback as well. So is there treachery afoot?
Treachery or trickery? Delay a game.
There's a delay of game afoot. That is what afoot. Treachery or trickery? I think both.
You get more space.
Both words work there, don't they?
It depends on what happens. It depends on what happens. I can't call it yet.
Here we go, Martin Koppelman. I just feel this is so much. Every snap, every punt for Eagle, and they get it off, and no flag on running into the kicker.
And there's going to be a flag, and it looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike on Friendship.
That after the play?
Yeah, after the play. A little razzmatazz on the Eagle sideline.
So no treachery, no trickery. A little bit too much tood, you know what I'm saying?
As the refs discuss it.
So it looks like Friendship Academy is going to have to drive maybe 80 yards with the chance to tie the game.
I'm looking at the bookends right now on this drive. Hester and Hyacinth.
Oh, they actually didn't go back. Okay, I thought they would go back further. So they will have the ball from their own 31-yard line, so 69 yards to potentially tie this game up.
All these big words is crazy. You sound like my students.
Freaking wild, man. Richardson fakes it, throws it right, incomplete, had the man there. That was Mr. Wilson.
Richardson needs to hit him in the numbers right there.
Hold on, Lyle. Treachery and trickery are big words? Lyle, don't do that. Shout out to Lyle. I know him, Greg, so I can make fun of him a little bit.
Whenever you have a conversation with a direct conversation with somebody in the comments, I'm just going to assume you know them. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to let y'all do what y'all do.
Listen, sometimes I don't, because sometimes they need to be fried publicly. But it hasn't happened yet, so everyone's very mature in the chat.
This is a great job by the white hat right here, getting it under order.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I appreciate him for making sure that this game doesn't get out of hand.
You know, I have this one comment here saying Friendship D-line crazy, Eagles D-line crazy. This is a high-quality football game. I really want to say that.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, he said the razzmatazz.
That's like a nonsense word. That's not even a real one.
Razzmatazz was pretty funny, though. That was pretty funny. All right, so it's the second attempt for Friendship. Hands it off. Good pursuit,
great
but
cutback.
how many missed tackles? Good cutting from Mr. Reed.
That was a great job right there. Reading his blockers and being patient. There was a little hint of some Le'Veon Bell in there.
No, he definitely made the good cuts, but Lord, and three missed tackles.
Yeah, shout out to that Catholic school education. Big up St. Mary's. Never Kellenberg, though. Dre didn't hear that because he would have reacted.
No, I heard something about Kellenberg. It's all right. I see Pete and Ed talking in the chat. I ignore when I see those names. All right, so third edge short for Friendship. Looking to throw, looks right, throws right. It's one-on-one, and it's caught. What a play from Christopher Alston.
What does Mark Jackson say? Mama, there goes that man. When they need a big play, that's who they go to.
Listen, 6'2", 195, quite a few offers, and you see why. One-on-one, he gets the better of Jaden Mosley.
And what a great ball right there by Richardson. And there's that pass that we're talking about, 20-plus yards. And here we go. It looks like first down at the 25-yard line. Eagle fans starting the defense chant. Richardson takes the snaps, drops back, shoulder fakes, looks, and it's incomplete, intended for Kamari Reed. I'm sorry, Jedediah Cook. Sherwin, you are 100% right. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations, and that is exactly what Darren Richardson and Christopher Alston did.
Yeah, so we are going to go to a replay of that tremendous throw and catch, Richardson to Alston, and we're going to go right to it, right to the throw. Hold on a second. Our replay guys are just trying to get it together here. I mean, look at the concentration from Mr. Alston. Tracks it all the way. And let me tell you something, guys. It's dark out here. Just a tremendous play from Christopher Alston there. Looking to throw. Throws it. It is caught. What a cut from number 4. Can he get all the way to the end zone? Just short. Jedediah Cook.
He is cooking, ladies and gentlemen. That cutback was serious.
Friendship Academy not dead yet. They're trying to leave home with something. They know they got to be on that parkway for a long time. They don't want to watch back a loss. They trying to get a W. It's first and goal, Friendship.
Also, back to that big-time play, that pass, the offensive line held up in pass protection right there, which is what really allowed that play to happen.
All right, first and goal.
And watch out for Deion Smith in the backfield right here. And that's going to be a flag right there. And it's going to be delay of game on Friendship as the Eagle faithful are getting loud in the stands. The Nest is doing the best they can with the lights.
So here we go. That's a first and goal. That's that from the 8-yard line, it looks like. Hands it off, and that's a good stop. Quite a few Eagle Academy players there. First one there was number 10, Jonathan Stevenson, and was cleaned up by Beatty Juf and Kavion Robinson. Second and goal.
Unofficially, we're at about 2 minutes and 55 seconds. This can be the game, right? This defensive stance, this offensive possession, let's see what's going to happen. Chad, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Friendship Academy is going to score? Or do you think this Eagle defense holds up? Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and he's still on his feet. That's a great job closing in. Initial guy there, KV Robinson right there. Appreciate you, Coach Tuck. All right, it is third and goal. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first stream of the year, and we already have elite high school football on display. Are you not entertained?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let me give it to my man Calvin run time. Tick, 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 tick. It's not even about the clock now. It's about the guts. It's about the glory. Who has the execution? It's early. Yeah, I know it's early in the season, but this is so important. We have almost 750 people watching the battle between New York City and D.C., a team in the semifinals of the D.C. area state playoffs, a team with championship aspirations in the PSAL playoffs, going head-to-head in a high-quality football game, Greg.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a lot of takeaways from both teams, like, to learn from in this game, but there's also a lot of good on both sides, and we are seeing, like I said, elite-level high school football. That's Kamari Reed in the backfield. Third and goal. Definitely in four-down territory here. Defense chance from the crowd going. And that's a touchdown. Friendship on the handoff to Kamari Reed. Friendship is going to have to go for 2 points. Can the Eagle defense uphold it? So let's see what's going to happen here. You have Deion Smith, who is the bruising back. Short yardage situation. Eagle has the speed. Is it going to be the speed or the power? What is going to win here? This is for the game. They go. Richardson under center, puts a man in motion. Alston in motion. And it's incomplete. And I do not understand the play call in that situation. You have Deion Smith in the backfield, and you opt for essentially a bubble screen on the goal line. I understand trusting your big players, but your biggest player in Deion Smith, who has essentially averaged over 5 yards a carry at this point of the game, I put the ball in his hands and let him go to work. And unofficial time check is about 2:05, so this game is not over. Eagles still has to get a couple first downs here to kill the clock.
Replay.
All right, and we're going to go to the replay on that 2-point conversion. And right here, I think putting Alston in motion and having him be the key receiver in that particular play was a lot for that situation in that particular part of the field.
But let me tell you something. How about an introduction to Brooklyn, to Eagle Academy for Jaden Mosley? He's the one who made the play on that play. Absolutely tremendous.
And in terms of the timeout count, I cannot get that for you right. Oh, okay, let's look. Friendship has 1 timeout left, and Eagle has 3 timeouts left. So that's why I'm saying 2 first downs for Eagle. Friendship is going to be forced to use their timeouts.
Yeah, Jaden, just an incredible job. As you see Zaire Schulter's back. Honestly, this should be an onside kick. Actually, no, excuse me. There's 2 minutes left in this game. Our scoreboard isn't working right now, so we're going to keep you guys updated.
All right, coaches, it looks like somebody called a timeout. Not sure who, but as they call a timeout, chat, let's talk. Okay, if you are Friendship, do you go for the onside kick or do you kick it deep? I would probably squib kick, all right? Because Eagle all day has had issues fielding kicks. I would probably squib and try to see if you could get your fast guys down and give them a chance. And also, if you're Eagle and you field it, do you take the knee and allow your offense to work, or do you allow your playmakers to make plays and try to make a house call? Okay, and we are going to get to kickoff right here. That's Rajah Johnson to kick. This game is not over, folks. It is not in the bag for either team. Okay, as we wait here. It looks like a potential onside kick. We shall see. Here we go. Yep, onside kick, and it's going to be a legal procedure. Yeah, it's going to be a legal procedure. Going to have to re-kick. The ball did not go 10 yards. I don't know if in high school if you re-kick or if the offense just takes the field. Anybody can check me on that? Does the offense just take the field after the legal procedure? Okay. Cinco, I'm going to wait till the boss man comes in to let you know about APR versus South Shore. That is above my pay grade. I'm just here to talk. as we figure out what's going on. Refs are telling Eagle coaches to back up. They're trying to figure out who gets on the field. Looks like Eagle offense is going to. Okay, thank you, Coach Ed. They have a choice. All right, Eagle offense is going to take the field. And the Winter Soldier, Don Prestano in the backfield, the bruising back with Isaiah Morrison Strong as the up back. Caratelli under center, takes a snap, hands off to Prestano, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Going to be second and long. So we got just under 2 minutes to go unofficially. 1:54, second and 10. Timeout. Okay, timeout on the field. Just got to see who called it. Okay, Friendship just burnt their last timeout. Me personally, I don't know if I would have burned the timeout on first down, but, I mean, Eagle is probably going to eat as much clock as possible. You want to give yourself as much time. Needless to say, Eagle has 2 timeouts. Friendship has none. Amari Deion Smith is for sure a player. He has made a name for himself here in New York City. People are going to watch this playback, and they're going to see number 0 all over this field. All right, Eagle offense back on the field. Got Beatty Druff in there at tight end. Seems the chat agrees with me on not calling a timeout in that moment. And there's a toss to Schulters, and he cuts up the field, and there's a good pursuit right there, and there's going to be no gain. There's going to be a flag in the backfield, and there's going to be a hold. And it's going to be a holding on the offense. DC has no more timeouts. Now, here's the thing. If you want to run into the gut, you do need a first down. But there is somebody on that defense named Deion Smith who has plugged the hole all day. You have to run away from Deion Smith. That is the goal. Eagle needs a first down. It is 3rd and long. Decline penalty stops the clock. Thank you for that. Oh, that was a question. I'm not sure, but it looks like they did decline the penalty. Caratelli hands off to Schulters, and Schulters is almost there at the first down marker. It's going to be 2nd and short. He almost made a house call on that one. And now it is 4th and short. If they get a first down here, Friendship has no more timeouts. Eagle can essentially take a knee and line up in victory formation. They almost got the edge to jump off sides right there. And that's going to be timeout Eagle. It looked like offense was trying to figure it out right there. Yeah, Sherwin. Zaire's afterburners are serious. And he's so shifty, and that low center of gravity, he is tough and strong. And always got to give a big shout out to the Eagle home commentator, Corlin Fair, doing a great job. I'm going to credit him with that goal line stand, along with the defense. He got the crowd up and going. I mean, I don't want to steal Andre's patented line, but he is outside taking care of some production stuff, so it's just me in the booth. That's why you don't hear me bouncing off of Dre. All right, as the offense trots back out on the field. All right, 4th and short. Schultz is in the backfield with Morrison Strong as the up back. Caratelli under center. All right, he tries to go to get them to jump off sides. They don't jump. And the handoff. And he gets through. First down, Eagle. First down, Eagle Academy, Brooklyn. And the fans can feel it. He was stopped initially, and that extra burst got through to give him the first down. What an initial first game of football here in Brooklyn. And the Eagle chants are going. Eagle can line up in victory formation with about 48 seconds left on the clock unofficially. All right. Team huddle for victory formation. Referees going to the friendship sideline, wondering if they're asking them if they want to call it or if they want. Oh, they're bringing the measuring. Okay, they're bringing the sticks to measure. Oh, all right. I guess they want to make sure that it was officially a first down, so they're going to bring the sticks to measure. Let's see. Even if by my eye test, looking from the booth, based on a mark, it looks like he got the first down by a good yard. I don't know if you guys can hear Eagle fans in the background, but they're hilarious. This was a great football game through and through. And here's the measurement. Here we go. Based on the spot. And it looks like it's going to be an Eagle first down with the measurement of inches. Oh, man. It is great to have football back, but even more, it is great to have football back in New York City. We are excited for a great PSAL season throughout the entire city. And shout out to Friendship Collegiate Academy for making the trek from D.C. You know, they put it all on the line. I have a feeling they're going to have a great season. We're going to be seeing some of these kids on this field that played Friday night. We're going to be seeing some of them on Saturdays after what we witnessed today. And there it is, folks. They are lining up. Eagle is 1-0. Eagle Brooklyn wins over Friendship Academy from D.C. 14-12. What a game. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, to almost 800 viewers here on this opening weekend of Eagle football. For my partner, Andre Johnson, this is Greg Polius. We are going to see you next time. Sage Media Solutions. We'll see you next time.